based on my opinion, right, there are three young leaders in BJP who I think BJP is grooming to become potential chief ministers of tomorrow. Okay, the three names are Annamalai sir, Tejasvi Surya sir, and Scindia. All right.
Yeah.
So these three guys are, I think, really shining as the young Turks of BJP, and they are being positioned in that manner or groomed in that manner is what I see. You know better. So we'll start with each one of them one by one and talk about what they have been doing. Okay, and your thoughts on each one of them. All right. So starting with Annamalai sir. So now he has become the president of Tamil Nadu BJP. So he has got an uphill task ahead of him. He will definitely put his 100% efforts because he is known for that. Okay, everybody knows. There are a lot of news around him. Everybody knows what kind of person he is, his background, his academics, and his achievements, and all that. So, what challenges do you think are ahead of him? The key challenges for him.
See, I think I've spoken about it enough and more in various forums. As far as Mr. Annamalai is concerned, it's a great investment which the BJP has made. It's a great decision which the BJP has made. And I reiterate time and again, I've reiterated it time and again, and I reiterate now also. It was not just the BJP's choice. It was not just the BJP party workers' choice. It was also people's choice. People also, and people, there is a hunger for a talented, competent leader who comes from the grassroots. That's the reason why you even saw support for Mr. Edappadi Palaniswamy, because he came from grassroots. Okay. So now there is a yearning for that. Now BJP has taken a right decision sooner than later. Yes, common intelligence, political intelligence would tell you that wait for another couple of years' time before you put him into the leadership position because he's just entered into politics. Yes, he's a novice in politics. I keep repeating again and again and again because he's new to politics. Okay. So, but at the same time, he has humongous expectations, he has challenges, and he has opportunity. Now, the challenges, if I say some of the challenges which definitely Mr. Annamalai has got is number one in terms of development of the party in the rural hinterlands of Tamil Nadu. Because the BJP's traditional growth has been to go and develop urban areas and then reach out to the rural areas. But in Tamil Nadu, urban area is dominated by the DMK landscape. So as a result of which, the logical route should be to go towards the rural hinterland. Now, how is he going to develop that? What is the kind of machinery he is going to develop? So what kind of team he is going to form? These are very important questions. There are enough and more senior, experienced leaders in the Tamil Nadu unit of BJP who would support. And he also has the support of two of the most important people as far as from the center is concerned. Mr. B.L. Santosh is an amazing organizer. Mr. C.T. Ravi has done a humongous work as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, and both of them would stand like a rock of Gibraltar for him. So that would be the first goal of his. Number two is to take up the ideology of the party and also the benefits of the welfare scheme of Narendra Modi, which had not been communicated either by ADMK or by DMK, which is very logical. See, let us all understand one thing. At the end of the day, it is politics. Every party is trying to play politics and is trying to play to its gallery. So as a result of which, you can't blame that why ADMK did not do, why DMK did not do. No, they will not do. They are not going to do any favor for you. Okay, Jal Jeevan, lakhs and lakhs of people will get tap connection, but Mr. Stalin and DMK would put it across their sticker, they would put their name. And that's the way politics is played. That's the hard reality of politics. And BJP should be ready to play that kind of politics, which I'm seeing that they're going to play very, very aggressive politics. They need to bring in a lot of articulate speakers. Okay, because nook and corner, they will have to go, they will have to train their manpower, they will have to get the entire thing done. And social engineering is something which I'm sure they would be doing it. Now, apart from this, there is a lot of fake narrative which has gone into. Okay, as far as BJP is concerned, it has been projected. See, the ecosystem of the DMK. When I say ecosystem, the DK, the Vidudalai Siruttagal, okay, your communist elements, and also your DMK itself, and then the Karpur Kuttam, entire big actors, because they've got support from everywhere. They've got support from media, they've got support from Collywood, they've got support from poets, they've got linguists, and they will have support from every corner. So, lie has been told thousands of times and it has become a truth. Like, go back Modi, Hindi Teriyadra Poda. Okay. So Hindi, they're trying to, push Hindi into us, a Brahminical party. So a lot of narratives had been set for a long time. Now, Mr. Annamalai will have to put an earnest effort in order to break this narrative and tell people the reality and truth. It is not going to be easy because, see, at the end of the day, Anand, let's also understand, I've always believed in the statement, reality is never a reality. It is the perception which is the reality.
Right.
I repeat, reality is never a reality. It is the perception which is the reality. Narratives are based on perceptions. As a result of which, the most important work which the Tamil Nadu unit of BJP, the right wingers, the people who are sympathizing with the nationalistic politics will have an important role. When I say, I'm not only saying the party, it is also people like us who are doing this YouTube, because, somewhere or other, we have certain nationalistic pride and we are, leaning towards the right wing. So we have an humongous responsibility in trying to break this fake narratives. At the same time, I also see a lot of opportunities because a lot of promises which the DMK has given, they will not be able to fulfill it. Now we are seeing it already. Okay. And day by day, it is going to get even worse only. As a result of which, every opportunity would have to be taken up. And then we will have to see how it goes. So as far as I'm concerned, I would look at it in terms of, I look at it from a marketing background because I come from marketing consulting. So I would say it is all about the width and the depth. So width is basically your presence across Tamil Nadu, and the depth is the penetration you go inside each and every village. Now, you will have to take this ideology. Ideology is what? Ideology is party, nation first, party next, individual last. Now, which is exact opposite of what the DMK is talking about. The next ideology is sabka saath, sabka vikas, sabka vishwas. So they will have to take, so likewise, each and every ideology, they will have to take it up. And they will have to also take up and tell the people of Tamil Nadu that, look, the Bharatiya Janata Party has got support across the nation fundamentally because they make effort to fulfill what goes into their manifesto. So if Article 370 had gone into a manifesto, they have put efforts to solve that.
Yep.
Uniform Civil Code, there will be efforts to solve that. Okay. So this is something which the Bharatiya Janata Party is one of the very few parties in the country who actually take what goes into their manifesto very seriously. You would not see fancy items there. You would not see fancy items that I'm going to give you this free, that free, and all those stuff. At the end of the day, it is going to affect the economy. So these messages must be taken across. And I am hopeful because I am seeing again and again, I keep seeing that there is a good amount of support to the Western Tamil Nadu. There is a good amount of support to the Southern Tamil Nadu. The Northern Tamil Nadu is one place where the BJP will have to do a lot of work. It doesn't mean that West and South, they don't have to do work. They have to, but they have to put an extra effort. They have to walk the extra mile, several extra miles to the Northern Tamil Nadu. If they're able to manage it, then I see a pretty healthy situation in 2024 Lok Sabha elections where the moment of truth will come for Mr. Annamalai and also BJP.
Got it. So does he have the full support of all the seniors in the Tamil Nadu party, BJP?
He would have. See, he would have. Everybody is asking me the same question, but my reply is very simple. BJP is such a disciplined party.
Right.
And let us also understand one more thing. See, the seniors have built the party and made what it is today.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, these people have not been able to bring an electoral success. Okay, at the end of the day, every political party is measured based on its electoral success. You just can't be going on telling that we are working. It has to translate into results and performance.
Exactly.
Okay. So now 4 MLAs have gone in. 2001 also 4 MLAs had gone in, but they had missed the bus because a lot of things had happened. Now 2021, after 20 years, 4 MLAs had gone in. So now I'm sure that seniors will have an important role to play. Definitely. Because they will have to guide and mentor Mr. Annamalai. Because I keep repeating again and again, he will be a little inexperienced as far as politics is concerned. But he comes with a pedigree. He comes with a great qualification academically, and also the kind of person he is as a police officer. He has solved communities. He has resolved communal issues. He has addressed students' issues. So all those things he had done as a IPS officer. Now you have to put it in he's wearing a different hat. I'm sure he would do it and he will get the support from the seniors in the party.
Definitely. And what I see of Annamalai is he gets along really well with people. All right. So he shows respect quite visibly, and he has got that aptitude, which I think will really help in this.
See, even a press conference, he calls journalists as Anna.
Definitely. That's really important.
Okay. Now, that's something which is important. He calls Anna. Na solra ungalku na wait pannunga na Anna neenga kelunga neenga So see what happens is they can ignore once, they can ignore twice, but they cannot ignore forever. Now the channels are going behind him. Right. Already Tandi TV has gone behind him, News 18 has gone behind him, they will have to go behind him. Okay, so invariably, at the end of the day, everybody will have to rally behind Mr. Annamalai.
Yeah.
Because Tamil Nadu at this point of time needs BJP.
Right. And that's why I see him as a potential chief minister candidate. I know it's very early, but I think he has that trajectory, right, which he can take, okay, if everything goes well.
I've been asked this question. I've been asked this question many a times in the last 3 months. Who should be the CM candidate? I said, don't even talk about it right now because in Telugu we have a saying, "Alu ledu, chulu ledu, koduku peru somalingam," which means bride is not there, bridegroom is not there, but you named a kid. That's how it is. Wait for some time. Let the party develop. Let it settle down. There is enough and more time. Even in 2017 UP elections, Mr. Yogi was not declared as the candidate. After winning, it took 1 week for them to decide who is going to be the right person to be the chief minister, and they named Mr. Yogi Adityanath. So, party is a disciplined party. It has got its own methods. This is not like Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, where the seat is ready, the cabin is ready, the nameplate is ready, just that the person has to occupy.
Right.
Okay. So, it is not a party of that kind.
Makes total sense. So coming to Tejasvi Surya, I think he has really kind of stood out of the crowd, all right? And he wants to really take on accountability. And the report card that he had shared on Twitter and other social media platforms is a testament to that. He really wants to tell people, this is what I'm trying to do. And that's a unique thing from a politician. We are not seeing in ages. What do you think about him?
See, as far as Tejasvi is concerned, I think he was picked up at the right time by Mr. Narendra Modi. I still remember, I watched that particular clipping, Tejasvi, you're going to be the Bangalore South, under the kind of reactions which came in March 2019. I remember those moments, till that point of time, I was a young boy, not known to many people. Right. Even I don't know how many of you have seen it or not, probably sometime in the middle of 2020, I had tweeted, I may be actually trolled for this. I had actually tweeted, went on Facebook and put that one day you're going to see Tejasvi Surya as the Prime Minister of this country.
Right.
In the middle of 2020, I mentioned it. Because, see, it's a kind of a long-term investment. I'm not saying that he'll become the Prime Minister. But I'm saying he's the Prime Minister. If you work, go on like this, God knows, in another 30, 40 years, you don't know.
And he's smart. He's smart. He's doing the right things.
He's smart. He's
a lawyer
by profession. He's articulate. Yeah. Okay. He has got the nationalism. He has got the, the right. I call it as, because I always say that, politics, whether you like it or not, the culture is very important. So, Desi Avadam, Devigam. Both he has got. Nationalism and also the divinity. Both are there. So, that should take him places.
Definitely. So, Jyotiraditya Scindia. So now he is the MOS civil aviation, if I'm not wrong. Right. So he is also
not MOS. He's the union minister. He's the
union minister. All right. Yeah, I stand corrected. So he is also one of those guys who really works hard and wants to prove to the public that he will achieve the results. And in MP, I find him as a very important player down the line. Just similarly to Tejasvi Surya in Karnataka and Annamalai in Tamil Nadu. So all these guys are now getting groomed in the party and will be very potential players of tomorrow.
Yeah.
So what do you think about Mr. Scindia?
See, I would wait and watch as far as Jyotiraditya Scindia is concerned. He has become a cabinet minister at this point in time. Again, his pedigree is something which suits with the BJP and the RSS culture because his grandmother was a founding member of
Right.
Bharatiya Janata Party. She was from the Jansangh days,
And
Rajmata. And then his father was also with BJP and later he went to Congress
Congress.
party. In fact, I do not know how many of us know it or not. He first contested on a BJP ticket, independent, backed by BJP, and won Madhav India before he went to Congress. His aunt has already been a former chief minister of Rajasthan. So, as a result of which, I don't see any challenges. But is he becoming accessible? Is he accessible to the people? What is the kind of attitude that he shows after having become the union minister? All these are important things to be watched. I'm not trying to be pessimistic here. I would like to, before I cast any kind of statement or judgment on Mr. Jyotiraditya Scindia, I would like to wait and watch. Okay. Fundamentally, because there have been reports that earlier in Congress, because the Congress culture is different, BJP culture is different. Maharaja here and all those stuff, that kind of things we have heard.
Right.
Okay. So, and which is not something which is a BJP's language. Okay. It's not BJP's language.
Right.
So as a result of it, just watch those things. He's an asset, definitely. It is one of the reasons why today Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan is the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. Jyotiraditya Scindia played a very important role. There is absolutely no doubt about that. But before we say yes or no, I'm neither making a statement that Jyotiraditya Scindia will not become, nor I would say that he is becoming. He has been given an opportunity. Let's wait and watch.
Perfect. So before we move on, I also want to talk about a couple of guys in Congress who are quite talented, like Sachin Pilot, Milind Deora, and all these kind of guys. The only challenge that I see is they are not used to their potential. So what do you think about that?
See, at some stage, because Jiten Prasada has come to BJP now.
Right.
Sachin Pilot and Milind Deora will have to bite the bullet at some stage and cross over to this side, because they are talented, they are young, they are energetic, they have a good future.
Yeah.
But being in Congress, I do not know when the Congress is going to get revived, because they had been a self-destructive mode.
Yeah.
Because in Punjab, Mr. Captain Amrinder Singh is the one who won you an election in spite of all the genocide and problems you created for 6. He's still winning. I've been to Punjab. I've been on a ground reality and seen. So you're in a self-destructive mode again. So as a result of which, in a party of that kind, which is cut off from the grassroots, now it is extremely difficult for even talented people to survive. So sooner they realize it, better it is, or they will find themselves, their talent is getting wasted.